Hi, welcome to Roy's Game Table. Today we have Black Widow versus Expert Rhino. So pull up a chair and let's see who wins. Alright, so we do have Black Widow with Justice today. This is her starter deck. I normally don't do that when I first open up a hero, and this is my first game with her, but I just decided to do it because I wanted to go ahead and jump into a game with her. I didn't want to have to take time to do some deck construction, so I hope that's okay with you. So this is going to be her starter deck today, and she's going up against Rhino on Expert, and for the same reasons why I went with her starter deck, and that is I like to play against Rhino the first time I play a hero, just because, you know, he's pretty straightforward. The games usually go pretty quick, and I usually feel like I have a chance to win the game actually against Rhino. So I picked Rhino for her today with her starter deck. And again, it is on Expert, so that's good. That's my preferred way to play the game with one hero. So let's go ahead and get to the mulligan. And I like a lot of what I see in her hand here. But I don't think I need two powers of justice, so I'm going to discard one of those. And I think I'm going to go ahead and discard this target acquired. I'm not real worried about the boost abilities. I'm going to discard one of those. I've got two more in the deck if I think I need them. But I'll keep everything else. And then I'm going to draw back up to 6. And Winter Soldier and another target acquired. So there we go. All right, so we'll start with her turn. First thing I'm going to do is put Quake into play because with her low 9 points of hit points, she won't last long without some help, I think. So I'm going to put Quake into play with Power of Justice. And I had forgotten to put the dials into play here. So I went and got those. Rhino's at 15 like he's supposed to be on his side too. She's at 9. And as I was saying, I like to get an ally. I'm glad I can get an ally in to help protect her if I need it. So that's that. And then I do want to get a preparation card in. I'm going to go ahead and put Spycraft in. And I'm going to pay it with a target acquired. And once per phase, after she plays a preparation card, she can draw a card. That's her ability on her Natasha Romanoff side. So I will draw a card, and it is genius. Okay, and I do have Winter Soldier, and his ability, you can reduce the cost to play Winter Soldier by 1 for each preparation card you have under control. And I do have 1 preparation card, so that means he's only 3. I do have enough to put him in. I would have to get rid of the safe house number 29 though. But I really like the fact that I have Winter Soldier. I'm new to this character, but I want to get him in. So I am going to put him in for 3 using Genius and Safe House. He'll come in with 4 hit points. And by the way, Quake comes in with 2. All right. So that's all I can play. I'm going to go ahead and flip over to Black Widow, and then I'm going to go ahead and have her, thwart for 2 here to remove 2 off of this side scheme, and then I'll have Winter Soldier thwart for 2 to remove the side scheme, the breaking and taking scheme. And then I'll have Quake go ahead and attack for 2, dropping her to 1, and dropping Rhino down to 13. All right, so we're ready and draw back up to 5. Okay, start of the villain phase. We have 1 threat on break and taken. He's going to attack for 3, and I'll just have Black Widow take this. And so he'll attack for 3, 4, 5. Okay, so she'll take 5 damage down to 4. From 9 to 4. And then the encounter card is a side scheme. And I do have this Spycraft where I can, whenever a encounter card is revealed, I can discard it to cancel the effects of it and reveal another one. But I'm not too worried about that one, so I'll go ahead and leave it. It comes in with 2 threat per player, so just 2 threat. And it does have a crisis icon. I will want to get rid of that. But we'll just go with that. And it is back to Black Widow. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in Black Widow's Gauntlet for 1. And I'm going to use Stealth Strike to do that. for the resource that I need, and then I'm going to exhaust that to generate a wild resource for a preparation card and put in attack acrobatics, which by the way says it's a hero interrupt. When a boost card is turned face up, discard attack acrobatics, cancel the boost icons on that card, deal 1 damage to the villain for each boost icon canceled this way. So anyway, when she plays a preparation card, she gets to draw. No, she doesn't get to draw a card because she's not in Natasha Romanoff, so I won't draw a card. But I do think that's all I can do as far as playing cards. I'll hold on to these 2, I think. And I'm going to have the Winter Soldier thwart for 2 to remove this side scheme. And then I'll have Black Widow attack for 2 on Rhino to drop him down to 11. Okay, we'll ready up and draw back up to 5. Okay, beginning of the villain phase, put 1 threat on the main scheme. He's going to attack. I'm going to have Quake jump in front of this time. So he'll attack for 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's going to be enough to knock her out. And then we're going to draw the encounter card, deal myself the encounter card, and it's going to be Charge. It's an attachment. I'll let it go. The next time that he attacks, it'll be +3 and it'll be overkill damage. And so that's going to be a 6 attack. So that's going to be a lot. But it is back to Black Widow. Okay, so back to Black Widow. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and have Winter Soldier thwart for 2 to take the threat off the main scheme. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and flip over to Natasha Romanoff. I'm going to go ahead and heal her up by 3 from 4 back up to 7. And then I'm going to put in counterintelligence using, I think, Stealth Strike and Black Widow's Gauntlet for 2. And so that'll come into play, and because it's a preparation and she's on Natasha Romanoff, she will get to draw a card. And then so I have 2 interrogation rooms. I'll put one of those in with the other one just to kind of get it out in the game and free up my hand. And I think I'll hold on to those cards. I'll ready up and draw up to 6. All right, villain turn. 1 threat on the main scheme. He'll scheme for 1, 2. And so that'll bring it up to 3. And I guess I'll just let it go ahead and do that. Okay, so that'll bring it up to 3. And then the encounter card is Advance. And I was afraid I might see that, but I do have counterintelligence here, and I'm probably going to need it because he's going to scheme. Because if he draws 3 boosts and I don't have that, I'm going to lose the game. But anyway, he'll scheme for 1. Oh, just 1. So I'll let it go, I think. And so up to 4 on the main scheme, and I'll just leave it at that. And so it is back to Natasha. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and heal up to 9. I can heal 3, but I can only get on a max of 9, so I'll just go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to put in Grappling Hook using Black Widow's Gauntlet for 1. And this other Stealth Strike for 2. And then, of course, when she plays the preparation card on her alter ego side, she gets to draw a card. Agent Coulson. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and flip back over to Natasha. Or, I'm sorry, flip back over to Black Widow. And I think I'm going to just go ahead and do Dance of Death and use Covert Ops, Widow's Bite, and Nick Fury to pay for that. Pay 3 for those. And it's deal 1 damage to an enemy, then deal 2 damage, then deal 3 different attacks. But I'm going to put them all on Rhino, so that is going to be 6 damage, dropping him down from 11 to 5. Okay, and then I'm going to hold on to Agent Coulson, so hopefully I can get to use him next turn. And ready up and draw back up to 5. Okay. And 1 threat on the main scheme, so we're up to 5 there. He's going to attack for 6. So we'll have Black Widow go ahead and just defend against this. So it's going to be 6, 7. Okay, so 7 minus 2 is 5. She'll drop back down from 9 to 4. All right, and this charge goes away, and then the encounter card is Hydra Bomber. So you either put 1 threat on the scheme or take 2 damage. The scheme is at 5 and don't have a whole lot of thwarting up there. And so, well, I could have used attack acrobatics just then. I knew I was going to forget about that, but it's too late now. I'm just going to have him put 1 threat on the scheme, I guess. Bring it up to 6, and it'll be Black Widow's turn. Okay, I think I'm going to put in Surveillance Team with Dance of Death and Spycraft, and then I'll come in with 3 counters, but I'm just going to put on 2 because I'm going to use one of the counters right now to exhaust it and remove 1 threat from a scheme, so this will drop down to 5. And then I'll just go ahead and use Winter Soldier to thwart for 2 more. And I hate to do that and knock him out, but that's what it is. That's what I'm going to do. And so now I think that's all I can do. So I will just flip over to Black Widow, or flip over to Natasha, ready, and draw back up to 6. Okay, start the villain phase. We got 1 threat on the main scheme. It's up to 4. He's going to scheme for 1, 2, which would bring it up to 6, but I think I will use my counterintelligence to prevent 3 of that, so basically prevent both of the threat he's supposed to put on, and we'll just leave it like that. And then the Hydra Bomber will put 1 threat on the scheme up to 5, and then the encounter card is a Bomb Scare. All right, and it'll come into play with 3 threat. Okay, back to Black Widow. Okay, and so back at Black Widow, I'm going to use Surveillance Team and remove a token to remove 1 threat from this side scheme, put 2 back on. And before I forget, I do want to go ahead and heal Natasha, so she'll go back from 4 to 7. Okay, and then I'm going to play another attack acrobatics. I know I've got 1 out, but it doesn't say it's max 1 per player like counterintelligence, so it should be good there. And I'm going to use Black Widow's Gauntlet to pay for that. And so when I play a preparation card, I get to draw a card, so I will. All right, so grappling hook. And then I'm going to put in Agent Coulson into play using strength and target acquired. Okay, and then when he comes into play, he'll come in with 3 hit points. And when he comes into play, you can take a preparation card, you search your deck or discard pile for a preparation card, add it to your hand, shuffle your deck. I'm going to put counterintelligence back into my hand, and I will go ahead and just shuffle my deck because I'm supposed to. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and flip back over to Black Widow, and I'm going to put in one of my counterintelligences over here using Queen Carrier and Grappling Hook, and I'll hold on to this other one. And then I'll ready. Actually, before I ready, I want to have Agent Coulson thwart for 2 on the side scheme over here to get it out of the game. So he'll go down from 3 to 2, and now I'll ready and draw back up to 5. Okay, start of the villain phase. We have 1 threat on the main scheme. We're up to 6. And Rhino is going to attack. She's at 7 health. I'll just have her take this. And so he'll attack for 3. And just for 3. Okay, so that'll knock her down from 7 to 4. And then on the encounter card, oh, I'm sorry, then the Hydra Bomber will attack and I'll just have her take it, dropping her down to 3. And then the encounter card is going to be Exhaustion. Okay, this is a treachery. I don't want that to happen. So, because I don't want it to surge and I don't want to exhaust my identity card. So, I am going to use my grappling hook. When you reveal a treachery card, discard grappling hook, cancel the effects of that treachery and discard it. So I will do that. Discard it, nothing's going to happen. And when she triggers the ability of a preparation card you control, deal 1 damage to an enemy. And I will just hit this Hydra Bomber for 1. Okay, back to Black Widow. Okay, I think the first thing I'm going to do is have Black Widow attack this Hydra Bomber and knock him out of the game. And so whenever you defeat a minion with this interrogation room, you can exhaust interrogation room, remove 1 threat from a scheme. So I'll do that, dropping it down from 6 to 5. And then I want to play this, go ahead and play Covert Ops. It's an event. I'm going to use these 3 resources here to do it. And so I remove 4 threat from a scheme and confuse the villain. All right. Okay, everybody, I just realized that I had Agent Coulson's health down at 1. It should be at 2, because what happened was I was originally going to use him to defeat that Hydra Bomber, but then I changed my mind to have Black Widow do it so that I could use Interrogation Room, but I forgot to reset his health back to 2, so I did all that off camera. Sorry about that, but it should be correct. So anyway, this Covert Ops will come back to my discard pile, and the reason why that's important is because I think I'm just going to go ahead and have Agent Coulson attack Rhino for 1, dropping him down to 4 just to do it. And then I'm going to flip Black Widow over to Natasha, ready up, and draw up to 6. I don't have enough cards, so I have to deal myself an encounter card. I'll shuffle this, draw my last card, and then go to the villain phase. Okay, villain phase. 1 threat on the main scheme. He's supposed to scheme, but he's confused. And then I'll have to deal the second encounter card. And so this one is going to be I'm tough. When revealed, give Rhino a tough status card. Do I want to do that? Because I do have a spycraft that I could use to remove it. But I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'll let him have the tough. Okay, and then the other one is Explosion. When revealed, if bomb scare is in play, it's not. Assign X damage. So it's going to gain Surge. And it is Stampede. When revealed, Rhino attacks you. Okay, I'll just let him attack because I got Agent Coulson to block for me. So Agent Coulson, oh no, he doesn't attack. I'm sorry, because I'm in Alter Ego. This card will gain Surge. Have to draw another one. And it is Rhino heals 4 damage. If no card was healed this way, gains Surge. I'll just let that happen. He'll go back up to 8. From 4 back up to 8. And it will be Natasha's turn. First thing I'm going to do, so I don't forget, is heal her for 3 back up to 6. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and use this surveillance team, this last token on surveillance team, to remove a threat from the main scheme. And then I will go ahead and put in this Widow's Bite here, using my Black Widow's Gauntlet to put it into play. And then when she puts the preparation card into play, I get to draw a card once per phase on that side. So Stealth Strike. All right. I'm going to go ahead and flip the Black Widow. And I am going to go ahead and Stealth Strike, I think. Just go ahead and do some damage. So deal 4 damage to an enemy. If that enemy is defeated by this attack, remove 2 threat from a scheme. So I'm going to use Energy. Interrogation Room for 3. And then one of my counterintelligence cards to pay for that for 4. Or I'm sorry, I only need to pay for 3. Sorry about that. Again, it's my first time playing these new cards, so it was only cost 3, Interrogation Room and Energy. So 4 damage will drop him down to 4, back down to 4. And then It did not defeat an enemy, so I don't remove 2 threat from a scheme. And I would like to get this Scent Suit into play, but I don't have the ability to do it. So I think I'll just hold on to it, ready up, and draw up to 5. Okay, everybody, I just realized that when I did the Stealth Strike, he has Tough. So that wouldn't do anything. And so instead of backtracking too much, I'm just going to say that I had Agent Coulson hit him for 1 to knock off that Tough. And then I used my Stealth Strike to do 4 damage to him. I do lose Agent Coulson. Okay, start of the villain phase. 1 threat here on the main scheme. He's supposed to attack. And I'll just let him go ahead and do that because I have attack acrobatics that can cancel boosts. So 3, 4, and you know, why not? I'll just go ahead and use one of these to cancel the boost icon for one of them and deal that damage back, which will bring him up down to 3. And then, of course, when I trigger an ability, one of her preparation abilities, I deal 1 damage to an enemy, so drop him down to 2. Okay, and she will still take the 3 damage, so that will drop her from 6 to 3. Okay, and then the encounter card is going to be Caught Off Guard. When revealed, discard an upgrade or support you control. If no cards are discarded this way, then this card gains Surge. I'll just go ahead and get rid of Interrogation Room. I don't think I have too many more minions. So that'll take care of that. And it will be back to Black Widow. Okay, I really would like to get Scent Suit into play. So it's going to cost me 3. And I'm going to pay the 2 counterintelligence and Queen Carrier to put that in. And then I'm going to attack with Black Widow for 2 to knock him down to 0, which will move him to a side 3, stage 3. And when that happens, he gets toughness. And Black Widow is going to be stunned. All right. And then she does get the +1 defense over here, so I may just stay on the Black Widow side. I think I will, so I'll just ready up and draw up to 5. Okay, start of the main phase. The villain phase, I mean. The main scheme goes up to 3. He's going to attack for 4. But I think I will go ahead and defend this. So it's going to be 4, 5. Okay. And I don't think I will use my attack acrobatics because I don't want to waste it on that Tough. It's only 5. She has a defense of 3. So... So 5 minus 3 will drop it down to 2. Actually, I probably should use this to cancel that boost and it's only going to be 1 damage. That is a good way to get this Tough off. So I just went thinking that through. So I will cancel it and knock the Tough off. So it's actually going to be 4 minus 3, but then after you trigger the ability of a preparation card you control, exhaust Scent Suit and ready Black Widow. Now, after you trigger the ability of preparation card you control, deal 1 damage to an enemy. So I will deal 1 damage to Rhino. He's going to be from 16 to 15. I didn't reset his hit points, but he's going to be at 15. And I'm pretty sure I did that right. I used the preparation card to cancel the ability and knock off the Tough. And then I think I do get to do the 1 damage. Go ahead and do the 1 damage to him because it says after you trigger the ability. So triggering the ability would do the 1 point of damage from canceling the boost card. And then after that trigger, I would do the 1 damage. I think that's right. If I'm not, let me know. But I think that's how you play it. And then, of course, like I said, Scent Suit, I trigger the ability of a preparation card and exhaust it to ready Black Widow. Okay. So that way, if he attacks me again, I won't take as much damage. By the way, it was 4 because I canceled the boost, minus 3 because I defended. So she's down to 2. All right, next card. It is Enhanced Ivory Horn. It's an attachment. I'll let that go on. And so it is going to be her turn. So back to her. I'm going to go ahead and attack to knock off this stun. And then I'm going to use another Stealth Strike, paying with target acquired surveillance team and the other Stealth Strike for 3. Deal 4 damage to an enemy, dropping him from 15 to 11. And I didn't defeat a minion, so I don't get to remove 2 threat from a scheme. That's okay. And then I will go ahead and flip to flip to Natasha, ready, and draw up to 6. Okay, start of the main phase, or main villain phase. So 1 threat on the scheme goes up to 4. He's supposed to scheme for 1, 2. So he'll scheme for 2, and I'll go ahead and use this to keep that from happening. The counterintelligence, so he does not scheme for 2. And I know the 2 advances are already out, so it should be good. So he schemes, and then the encounter card is Sandman, and he comes into play with a toughness. Okay, so back to Black Widow. Well, the first thing I want to do before I do anything else is heal, and I'll heal her back up from 2 to 5. Okay, and then I'm going to put Safe House into play using Spycraft. And then I'm going to go ahead, I'm in Alter Ego, so I'm going to exhaust that to choose a preparation card in my discard pile and add it to my hand. It really doesn't matter because I'm going to be using it for a resource. I'm going to put Counterintelligence in my hand. And then I'm going to play Quake. I'm going to put Quake into play using Strength. And she'll come into play with 2 health. All right, I'm going to go ahead and have her attack Rhino for 2, bringing him from 11 to 9. And then I'm going to flip to Black Widow. And then I'll do Dance of Death with Genius and Counterintelligence for 3. And I'm going to do all 3 attacks on Rhino because, again, Sandman doesn't have guard, so I can do that. So that's going to be 6 damage, bringing him from 9 to 3. Okay. And then I'll ready up and draw up to 5. Okay, start of the main phase. The scheme goes up to 5. He's going to attack for 5, but I'm going to have Quake jump in front of this. So he'll attack for 5, 6, enough to knock her out of the game. And then Sandman will attack for 3, and I'll just have Black Widow take that, dropping her from 5 to 2. No, I won't. I'm going to have Black Widow defend. Sorry about that. Bringing her back up to 5. Because she'll defend for 3. It won't do any damage, but I can... Okay, well... I thought I was going to be able to ready up, but I forgot I had to trigger a preparation card. Sorry, it's the first time I play Black Widow. But I will have her defend so that she doesn't take any damage. So she is at 5. Okay? And then the encounter card is going to be Master Plan. I have to reveal cards. I don't have any side schemes, so I got to reveal cards until a side scheme comes out. And I'll let this go. Because I don't think there's a side scheme left, and I'm not really worried about an acceleration token because I think I have a chance to win on my next turn. And no, there were not any side schemes. So that will fizzle out. We won't put a side scheme in play, but it will get an acceleration token. And I'll have to reshuffle the encounter deck. Okay, so the acceleration token is on there. I've reshuffled the deck back to Black Widow. And he has 3 health left. I have Dance of Death. So I'm going to play that using these 3 resources here to do 6 damage to him, and that will end the game. All right, well, that's Black Widow Justice versus Expert Rhino. And so far so good. I do enjoy the first play that I had with her. I like the safety of knowing that I can cancel boost effects with her cards. I can cancel treachery cards like I did with the one expert card that makes you surge and exhaust your character. I can't remember the name of it, but I was glad I was able to cancel that. I had the counterintelligence for safety net when I was flipped over on the alter ego side, so I can prevent 3 threat from piling on if I needed to. And so I do so far like having her play. Now I did play against Rhino, but you know, it's my first game, and I've lost to Rhino on Expert. But I didn't lose this game. I hope you enjoyed the playthrough. If you did, please consider to like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell for any future playthroughs that I do. I will be doing at least one more game in the future with Black Widow, and I've got some other games in mind for other games outside of Marvel Champions. So if you're interested in seeing those games, be sure to hit the notification bell. But until then, thank you for watching, and I'll save you a seat at the table.